we do what we can. Pero, okay, so is it on there? Is,
Council order on this Monday, January 13th, 2025 at 6:31 PM. I would ask everyone to please rise. And Councilman Warren, did you deliver our invocation?
Yes.
Right.
Father, I thank you for the many blessings you've extended to us in this country. Ask that you continue to protect us from those that might seek to undermine it. Pray for the upcoming election, the inauguration, Father. Pray, Lord, that you'll protect all of participants. Pray for our president to be. And for, Lord, I just pray that you continue to guide us so that the decisions that are made at the national, state, and local level are in accordance with your will. And I thank you, Father, again for our military. I ask you to protect them. And we pray all these things, Father, in Jesus Christ's name and for his sake. Amen.
Please join me in the pledges of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
With liberty and justice for all.
Texas flag, honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
The Texas legislature leaves the cities alone. Yeah,
When I get home.
okay.
I will be in Austin on the 29th.
We have
Meet and greet with.
presentations today, so our first order of business will be to ask if there's anyone here that wishes to speak before council for 3 minutes of public comment. No one signed up?
no, sure.
No one signed up, and I see no one in the audience that wishes to speak. So we will move on then to our regular consent agenda, which consists of the minutes of the December 9th, 2024 regular meeting, review of our credit card statements, receiving our monthly financial highlight report, receiving the Victoria Economic Development Corporation monthly report, receiving the capital improvement projects progress report,
So moved.
and receiving our Development Services Department quarterly report. Okay. Have a motion, a second to approve the consent agenda as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Alan.
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 Gotta hurt.
Who's Alan?
Mark him absent?
I marked him absent. Okay.
You think I
He's here with his cast.
I just didn't see him.
We voted on that, right?
I don't think we heard Alan say yes.
Yeah, we had a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign.
Okay.
Hearing none opposed, motion passes. Any second. Right, we'll move on to our regular action items. For action item number 1, consider agreement for the temporary closure of state right of way with the Texas Department of Transportation to close Main Street between Virginia and Commerce Street for the 2025 Fort Lavaca Art Walk from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday, March 1st, 2025. Dania?
Mayor and council, this is required by TxDOT to close Main Street between Virginia and Commerce. Last year when we had the art walk, we did not do that, which was great for awareness, but not so great for safety. And we want people to be able to walk freely. There were a lot of families and kids at the art walk, and we request to close the streets during those hours so that it's safe.
So
Motion and second approving the agreement, closure of the state right of way between Main Street and Virginia Street and Commerce Streets for the Fort Lavaca Art Walk as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Opposed, motion passes. consider temporary closure of Colorado and Guadalupe Street between Railroad and Live Oak Streets for the 2025 Art Walk on Saturday, March 1st, 2025.
This goes along with agenda item number 1. We don't think we'll need all of this closure, but we do want to have this approved so that if we need to wrap around the street, particularly with portable restrooms, things like that, that we can do so as we're setting up.
Make a motion, temporary closure of Colorado and Guadalupe between Railroad and Live Oak Streets.
Second.
For the 2025 Art Walk.
We have a motion and a second approving temporary closure of Colorado Street between Railroad and Live Oak Street for the 2025 Port Lavaca Art Walk, Saturday, March 1st. As presented, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. None opposed, motion passes. We move to agenda item number 3, consider agreement for the temporary closure of the state right of way with the Texas Department of Transportation to close Main Street between Virginia and Commerce Streets for the Iguana Fest from 6 a.m. to Saturday to April 6, 2025 to noon on Sunday, April 7th, 2025.
Mayor, Council, as we're reading this, the agenda item does have the wrong date and times. The memo has it correct. I think this got carried over from last year. We are requesting from Friday, April 4th at 11 p.m. to bring that stage in through the night, and then everything's out by Sunday at noon, April 6th.
So moved.
Second. With the changes.
With the changes.
Of April 4th. We have a motion and a second approving the temporary closure of the state right of way with the Texas Department of Transportation to close Main Street between Virginia and Commerce Street for the Iguana Fest from 6 a.m. Saturday, is that April the 3rd?
It'll be from 11 p.m. Friday, April 4th through noon on Sunday, April 6th.
6 a.m. Saturday, April 4th or April 5th.
Friday.
That's Friday.
Just put the revisions as noted. How's that?
It's in the notes.
Okay.
Okay. We'll just say as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. You're not opposed, motion passes. All right, we move to agenda item number 4, consider temporary closure of Colorado and Guadalupe Streets between Railroad and Live Oak Streets. On the date as presented.
Would be Saturday, April 5th.
For the Iguana Fest. We have a motion and a second. Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
You opposed, same sign. You're not opposed, motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tanya. Not spending money. Right, now we'll move to agenda item number 6, consider resolution number R-011325-1E.
5.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, I was moving the meeting ahead too fast. Agenda item number 5, consider appointment of members of the Port Commission to fill a vacancy and or start a new term of 2 years. Jody?
Mayor, Council, Raymond Butler's term on the Port Commission is scheduled to expire in February. In your packet is a letter from him requesting that if council so desires, that he would like to remain on the Port Commission for another 2-year term.
So move.
Second.
Okay, I'm going with the view, right?
We have a motion and a second to reappoint Raymond Butler for a 2-year term to the Port Commission. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. None opposed, motion passes. Now we move to agenda item number 6. Consider resolution number R-011325-1E for establishing provisions for conduct of the city of Port Lavaca general officers election held on the uniform date of May 3rd, 2025, and authorizing the mayor to issue an order of election.
Mayor, council, Saturday, May the 3rd, 2025 is a uniform date scheduled for the general officers election. The purpose is for electing the following officers, one council member, single district 4, and one council member, single district 5.
Are you voting?
Yes, this time it would be Jim Ward and Rosie. Are there any questions? In the resolution, you'll find the schedule, all the polling places, which is mainly just City Hall for early voting and the election day. That's the only polling place you'll have. You also have the schedule for the early voting days. And this does include a Saturday from 9 in the morning till 2 in the evening. And then election day, of course, May the 3rd. I'm asking for y'all to approve the resolution, yes. And then, once you approve that, I'll.
Approve the resolution.
You seconded, Rose?
ma'am.
Okay.
We have a motion and a second approving resolution number R-01-1325-1E for establishing the conduct of the city of Port Lavaca general officer election held on the uniform date of May 3rd, 2025 as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign.
And before we move on, I need
None
the
opposed.
order,
Motion passes.
need the order signed by each one from your lane. And that's in English, this is in Spanish, so you can scroll that one.
All the way down to Allen, everybody signs.
We we have to sign one in English.
Does everyone have a pen? Yes.
I do.
Jim is District 5.
Yes.
Okay, this is the English one, pass that one. I just need- oh, yeah.
Everybody to chat. Sign the blue.
And then I'll pass out the Spanish one, this side. Yeah.
That's a just over.
So
I have no idea.
that one, so.
Yeah, well, it is.
Yeah, you can sign the resolution.
All right, now we'll move to agenda item number 7, consider lease agreement with Calhoun County for use of electronic voting equipment for the city of Port Lavaca general officers election held on the uniform date of May 3rd, 2025. Mandy?
Mayor, council, election laws require that the electronic voting devices be made available to the voters. Each year, we do get into a contract with Calhoun County for to use their voters equipment. Costs related to these services will include actually 8 days of early voting and also for voting on election day, which makes it 9 days of using the equipment instead of the 8 days. It's a correction on the memo. The amount has been budgeted and they're asking for approximately $897.75
Why is
for
it,
leasing the,
why is it approximately?
Second.
Sorry?
Why is it approximately?
well, that's what she put on the contract, but it's not,
9 days?
it's not gonna go beyond that.
It's 9 days total.
It's 9 days total, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Second. So percentage wise, who does paper versus who does electronic?
I'm sorry?
Percentage.
When they vote.
What percentage use paper, what percentage use the electronic?
Mm, well, I would say 90% use paper, yeah. A lot of, yeah,
Can we skip getting it in? Or it's law?
I think law.
it's law.
It's not-
We have to be, provide it for them. They don't have to use it.
It's like they must have depreciated the machine. This is less expensive.
Approximately, they charge us 3%.
Did you get a motion? A motion to-
I don't. I missed
A
it.
motion to, we approve the lease.
Jim had seconded.
Oh, Jim,
it.
I'll second.
Before there was a.
Yeah.
Make the motion, yeah.
Jim made the motion.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second approving the lease agreement with Calhoun County for use of electronic voting equipment for the city of Port Huaco's general officer election. Be held on May 3rd, 2025, as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Hearing none opposed, motion passes.
Thank you, Council.
Okay, we now move to agenda item number 8. Consider resolution number R-011325-2 for designating certain officials as being responsible, acting for and on behalf of the applicant and dealing with the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department for the purpose of participating in the recreational trails grant program and certifying that the applicant is eligible to receive program assistance. Jody?
Mayor Council, as you may be aware, there's been discussion for several years about the idea to construct a trail from the Bayfront Park around the Clement Cove wetlands and then up to near the Scully's Restaurant. And so I've been looking at possible funding sources for such a project. Now, Texas Parks and Wildlife accepts applications for for funding in their Trails Grant Program this time each year, with the deadline being February 1st. The grant would provide a maximum of $300,000 of funds with a $75,000 match. This is the same grant program that we used a few years ago to help build the shared use path at the Bayfront Park. In your packet, I provided a concept plan of some of the ideas for various paths that we're looking at over in the future for that area. I did have urban engineer take a look at this, and I've talked to a couple local contractors to come up with some preliminary cost estimates for a project that we could consider applying to Parks and Wildlife Trails Grant Program for. Looking at the map to construct the 10-foot wide shared use path out of concrete from Randall Street all the way around the wetlands to Fulton Street. Solar lights, we're pricing the same manufacturer as Little Chocolate Bite Park. Solar lights every 100 feet. That cost is estimated to be about $443,800. The construction would likely require the concrete trucks to stay on the upper elevations and pump the concrete to the path on the lower elevation. Thus, the price per square foot for the concrete walk is a little higher than would otherwise be. We estimate that at $20 per square foot based upon some local contractors' estimates. Now, continuing this 10-foot wide shared use path behind a new curb on Mahan from Randall to Broadway is estimated to cost about an additional $50,000. So nominally for that project that's identified in red on the map, we're looking at about a total of $500,000 for that project. So the grant, if we were to apply to get it, it would provide $300,000, which is the maximum amount available for the type of grant we're asking for. So to complete the entire project, we need to budget around another 200,000 of capital improvement project dollars. Now, this is, so this would be 125,000 more than the minimum required match of 75,000. We could try to come up with the project that's just $375,000, but it's not going to be a complete project. And I think for it to score well, we need to show Parks and Wildlife, we got a beginning point and an ending point that we're accomplishing something. We're not just ending in the middle of the field, waiting for the next project.
Do we ask for sponsorships? This is something.
Yes, I mean, we can definitely do that.
Citizens.
I mean, we just have to come up with the match. It doesn't have to be,
Matter who.
we can have a
Okay.
fundraising campaign for sure, yes.
Okay, timing for that. I mean, so it's February 1st and then.
So February 1st, realistically, and I couldn't find the schedule on their website, and I tried calling today, and of course I couldn't get anybody on the phone, but if I remember right from last time, I mean, realistically, we wouldn't know if we got it till the latter part of this year. By the time you get a contract and everything, realistically, we're probably looking at next year. But this time, if you remember, last time it took Parks and Wildlife a year to do their environmental before they gave us the go-ahead to even bid it. And so realistically, we're probably not going to need the extra funds till fiscal year 26, 27. And so, I mean, what we need tonight is with the application, I just need to have this resolution adopted that basically says the city is, Port Lavaca certifies that we are eligible to apply for this project, and we recognize that there's a 20% match involved.
Make motion to adopt the resolution R-011-325-2.
Second.
We have a motion and a second approving resolution number R-011-1325-2. Designating certain officials as being responsible for acting and on behalf of the applicant due to Texas Parks and Wildlife, participating in the recreational trails grant program as presented.
Basically, that's the mayor. We designate the mayor.
As presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Opposed, motion passes. Thank you. Great process. All right, we move to agenda item 9, consider agreement between the city of Port Lavaca and Raleigh McCoy Architects for the City Hall Master Plan Phase 4 security upgrades and interior improvements. Cody?
Mayor, Council, and your packet is the proposed letter of agreement from Raleigh McCoy Architects for our next phase at City Hall. Security improvements, which is going to be the north end improvements. This is an hourly fee contract with a not to exceed amount of 25,000. And then in addition, there's a fixed fee of 5,280 for mechanical, electrical, and consultant. So the total contract is 30,280. Council had budgeted $350,000 in this fiscal year for the City Hall security upgrades. We were recently awarded the Phase 3 upgrade project at 151,416. And so with this 30,280 agreement with Raleigh McCoy Architects, that leaves 168,304 of this budgeted amount. The estimated cost for Phase 4, based upon the conceptual drawings, is about $240,000. The proposed scope includes a controlled access bullet-resistant storefront at the north end of the hallway, with renovations to relocate municipal court to the north end with a bullet-resistant enclosure and other renovations needed to walls, flooring and ceiling panels, et cetera. We will work with the architect to keep costs as low as possible, but it is likely additional funds will be needed for the construction of Phase 4, although it's very unlikely these additional funds would be needed before next fiscal year, so we can look at budgeting for that in the fiscal year 25-26. It is the recommendation to staff to accept this letter of agreement from Raleigh McCoy Architects in the amount not to exceed 30,280 without additional authorization for the architectural work for the Phase 4 City Hall security upgrade.
So move.
Well, you're gonna do renovation next year, the next year's budget, you're saying?
No, I mean, we would have, it's gonna take them, realistically, we're probably not looking at bidding this thing out till I would say July, maybe even August. And so by the time we get going, there's no way we'll spend that money this fiscal year. And we'll have some that's already budgeted. So then we'll know at the time we decide whether or not to award the project. We'll have the bids in. And then we'll know, what additional funds it may take, and we can decide then and there, do we want to proceed or not?
It sounds like we're short for this year, right? If I heard you.
Yes, I mean, I think, and again, we discussed this when we awarded the utility billing, that most likely that was gonna put us over. But I don't think we're realistically gonna need those funds in this fiscal year. We should be able to have time to budget for next year.
So Jody, it says construction phase services not included in the scope?
They don't. This is the construction phase we're doing in-house. We're trying to do that in-house, but realistically, they can probably still do it within that 25, but the way we fashion it is we're trying to take on as much of that as we can to save money,
Okay.
because there's a lot of stuff that it's not rocket science. We can handle it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Motion?
I've got a motion. I need a second.
We have a motion and a second approving agreement between City of Port Lavaca and Raleigh McCoy Architects for the City Hall Phase 4 security upgrades and interior renovations in an amount not to exceed $30,280 as presented. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Right, now we're up to agenda item number 10. Consider the recommendation of the planning board to approve a request from Paulette Clay for the conceptual grab-and-go food establishment to be located on the corner of South San Antonio Street and West Martin Luther King Drive. Legal description is Lot 1, Block 52, Original Town Site Subdivision, 523 South San Antonio Street. Derek?
Mayor and council, in your packet is the memo regarding the request to the grab and go. I do want to make a clarification on the for the future land use plan map. It's designated as residential, not commercial, as is stated in the memo. So just to be aware of that.
Mr. Lewis.
Staff recommendation was approval contingent on the city planning board was recommended approval as well of the request contingent on compliance with staff recommendations, which included the off-street parking. Let's see. That was pretty much the main topic, was a conversation was off-street parking, make sure that there wasn't any congestion in that area.
Cemetery, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, and Miss Clay and Miss Curtis are here. And I believe, and they have a little slide presentation that they wanted to provide to the council.
I for one like new businesses. I'm just curious, what's grab and go?
This is perfect to show you a little video.
Have a few folders that people, because some of the stuff ain't real fast. It's just a couple of sheets. I only have 10.
There's no restrictions or anything like that
Thank you.
about cemetery deal.
I apologize for the hand-drawn graphs. May look a little busy.
Thank you.
Yeah, we do. I got a couple left.
And that's
in the back.
Kevin.
Oh, okay. There is, they got that land, please. Does anyone have a great?
Oh, it's right here.
Good evening, everybody. So the grab and go concept, you can go to the next one. It's kind of long.
Is there sound?
You may have to just move the thing. Yeah, stop it right there.
Stop it.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so everyone can read for themselves. I'll do a quick breakdown. So basically, what I'm trying to do is bring healthy food. If exactly like what happens at H-E-B and Walmart, where you go get the ready-to-eat meals that are already cold, already made out for you. The microwave and go. The stuff will be refrigerated, nothing will be served hot there. As you can see, I have a kids zone drawn in. What I'm trying to do is just get the kids in the community, especially since it's a park next door, across the way, to be a little bit more involved, give them some healthy snacks over the summertime that they're able to consume, to keep them cool. All my food is healthy. We go to the, next slide. I use all ingredients from scratch.
Wow. Are you selling some now?
I do meal prep plans. I rent out a certified kitchen. I do meal prep plans that I bring.
Now?
Yes, because I do meal prep outside the city. I do 3 different areas in the area.
You have a website?
I have.
That's the food high.
And that is the one that is in your folder right there, how the location will look. It's a little busy, like I said, I do this. So the entrance, the pickup, kitchen, floor area. Yes. Oh, no.
Different one.
That's it, but that was when I was in San Antonio. I haven't switched it before Lavaca yet. She pulled me up on Facebook. I mean.
Oh, it's under Paulette.
Well, I'm Alita.
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 I like the sound of it. I think it sounds cool.
I have seen your name on that. That's
Yes.
it. I've seen it.
Yes.
Like you put it on Port Lavaca listen.
Yes, I do. So, that's the floor plan, and then we go to the next one, and right here is, I drew it in on the next one of what the driveway with the parking will look like with the handicap position. It looks so fun. It's on the, sheet of paper that I gave you.
Yeah.
This is some of the food. That's a turkey chili. That looks good.
You don't have any samples right now, do you?
Yes, yes.
I don't have any samples. It's robbery if I want to have a sample.
Maybe doesn't have.
So salmon, I do salmon, I do seafood, I do a lot of different things. I change the menu every week. So hopefully it's something that'll be great for the community. I have 30 years in the restaurant industry out of San Antonio and Houston area. Been doing it for a long time.
You're gonna have somebody working with you to do that?
Of course, got to have staffing all the time, so. Sure, I hope as it builds, we will have delivery with a restaurant. You are able to use DoorDash and Uber Eats and things like that. So that helps also for, people who are unable to come and pick it up. You know, and curbside service for those people who are unable to walk up and come in and get it. They can order online, things like that will be available for them. So, any questions?
You also mentioned about the school bus.
And the school bus, I found out a school bus exit right there. You know, the exit right there. So breakfast is in the mornings, maybe parfaits, things like that for the kids. Healthy things to them also, you know, so that's a great advantage right there.
I think that's a good idea. Make a motion that we approve,
That's right. Thank you.
as long as you meet all the requirements.
Yes, sir.
30 years of business.
Paulette, did you wanna say something?
Nope.
You wanna keep quiet?
Quiet.
While we're ahead,
Really?
we have a second?
I do.
All right, we have a motion and a second approving the recommendation of the planning board to approve the request. Paulette Clay for a conceptual grab-and-go food restaurant to be located at the corner of San Antonio Street and West Martin Luther King Drive as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. None opposed, motion passes. Thank y'all for being here. Let's move then to agenda item number 11, consider second and final reading of ordinance F-1-24 of the city of Port Lavaca, Texas, granting to CenterPoint Energy Resources Corporation doing business at CenterPoint Energy Texas Gas Operations the right and privilege and franchise to construct, install, expand, remove, replace, abandon, operate, and maintain its facilities within the rights of way of the city of Port Lavaca, Texas, for the transportation, delivery, sale, and distribution of natural gas containing other provisions relating to foregoing subject, providing the severability and providing an effective memory.
I'll take it. That's basically it's the same ordinance for, we had the first reading, except we did go in per council's action last time and change the term of the franchise to 5 years. And it will automatically renew, but we have a 90-day period prior to the expiration and make changes or whatever. So make sure and put that in the city secretary's stickler file. So we can look at that prior to the 5 years ending if we want to make any changes at that time.
So moved.
Second. We have a motion and a second approving the second and final reading of ordinance F-1-24 of the city of Port Lavaca, granting to CenterPoint Energy Resources doing business in Texas Gas Operations the right, privilege, and franchise to construct, install, extend, remove, replace, abandon, operate, and maintain its facilities within the public right of ways of the city of Port Lavaca as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Opposed, motion passes.
We need to sign that.
By coincidence, we got a certified mail to deliver to council and mayor informing us of their rate increases.
Oh, yeah.
So
How exciting.
We have to sign that ordinance. Or-
The ordinance.
Don't we sign it?
I don't know if council.
Oh, no, we don't sign, just present. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mandy will take care of that. Okay. We'll move to agenda item number 12, consider second and final reading of ordinance S-5-24 of the city of Port Lavaca. Port Lavaca for amendments to the base ordinance S-2-24 for the 2024-2025 fiscal year, providing budget amendments, providing for severability, repealing all ordinances in conflict, and establishing an effective date. Jody?
Turn this over to Brittany.
This is the second reading of the ordinance to amend the budget for the property purchase of 304 Race. Nothing has changed since last meeting.
So moved.
Second. We have a motion and second approving the second and final reading of an ordinance S-5-24 of the city of Port Lavaca for amendments to the base ordinance S-24, S-2-24, 2024-2025 fiscal year budget as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Unopposed, motion passes. Okay, we move then to agenda item number 13, consider second and final reading of an ordinance G-10-24 of the city of Port Lavaca, amending the ordinance codified and described in the city of Port Lavaca's Code of Ordinances as Chapter 2, Administration, Article 5, Finance, Division 1, generally adding Section 2 to 126 for credit card convenience fee, providing for purpose of ordinance and providing for severability, providing for repealing clause, and providing for an effective date. Jody, is that written?
This is the second ordinance, reading of the ordinance to administer a credit card convenience fee for any payments to the city, and nothing has changed since last meeting.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second approving the second and final reading of ordinance G-10-24, the city of Port Lavaca, amending its amending the ordinance codified and described in the city of Port Lavaca's Code of Ordinances as Chapter 2, Administration, Article 5, Finance, Division 1, generally the credit card convenience fee as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign.
Yeah, I over here.
Unopposed? Watch that, man.
I don't know.
Guess they have one at every meeting.
Yeah.
Say aye, right? Say aye. Opposed.
I opposed, same sign.
Opposed.
Oh,
Same sign, aye.
Okay. So we'll have a vote of 5-1 and the ordinance passes. Move then to agenda item number 14. Consider second and final reading of an ordinance G-11-24, the city of Port Lavaca, amending the code of Appendix A, fees, rates, and changes, Chapter 38, solid waste, Section 38-29, residential garbage, brush, bulk collection, Chapter 2, administration, 2-126, credit card use fee, and providing an effective date. So, Brittany?
This is the second reading, increasing the solid waste rate and initiating the rate for the credit card convenience fee.
And both these, and they're passed through,
Yes.
passed through.
So moved. Second. We have a motion and second approving ordinance G-11-24. Amending the code of ordinances for the residential garbage trash collection. Credit card use fee as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign? Aye. One opposed?
I move we adjourn.
One opposed?
One opposed on number 14 also?
Yeah. Motion passes, ordinance passes.
Okay.
Second the adjournment.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Since you've been here, yeah.
Me too. Why you had to say that? Why you had to throw that in there?
I'm going to pass out the city manager evaluation that will be before our next
Meeting and a very long,
week before.
regular meeting.
You're talking about next month or the 27th?
February regular meeting. We'll give them back.
Yeah. I think I was doing it.
Oh, there you go.